Welcome to the Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living Wednesday Inspiration Service. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and I welcome all of those of you who are online as well. We're so glad you're joining us today. We feel you right here. We know it's just like you're right here with us, so we bless you. Let's turn within for prayer for a moment. Let us know together one life, one power, one presence. It is a presence for good. It is a presence of beauty and love and wholeness and harmony. It indwells all that is. It is the creator of all that is. It is the one life, power, and presence, intelligence behind, within, and as all that is. It is my very life. It animates my very life and being. I am a divine expression of that one. This is the truth of each one of us, and it's the truth of each one who concerns each one of us. That we are, and everyone we meet, is a divine emanation, a unique expression of that one whole, perfect, complete life that is God. It is in this awareness that I bless this service today. I know it is just so perfect. I know that the perfect configuration of individuals have shown up in person, online, to make this just perfect, fertile ground for something beautiful to arise, something beautiful to be known, to be revealed. And I know that our speaker, Reverend Mary Morgan, is the perfect vessel and vehicle through which a beautiful message is delivered today that touches each one of us uniquely in some way and then touches all of us collectively as well. I know that our musician, Elise Carver, is also animated by this perfect divine essence of love and wholeness and harmony. I know that each one receives and gives today exactly what ours is to give and to receive, and it is good. I am grateful, I let it be, and so it is. Let's have some announcements. We have so many good things going on here. I would be remiss in not telling you about them. So before I share the announcements, let's make sure to silence our phones. I don't even think I did that. Wow. You never want to be up on the stage and be the one with your phone. Oh, no, mine is silenced already. Good. Tonight, we have the second ecstatic dance of the month with DJ Trotsky at 7 p.m. over in Richelieu Hall. Join us for that. Get your groove on. Move that energy in your body and in your being. This coming Saturday, it has arrived. Natalia Jansen will be offering this workshop called Divine Play Improv for the Soul. And if you've never taken an improv workshop, come do it. It is fun. We will have so much fun interacting with each other. And if you have already done an improv workshop, you already know it's fun. So come join us for that Saturday, 10 a.m. in Richelieu Hall. Who wants to go on a gondola getaway sunset cruise? This sounds so exciting. There's information out in the lobby about a new divine dining event, Saturday, October 4th. The 12 highest and earliest bids will be chosen. So there's 12 openings. We've already got a lot of people signing up, so get out there and put your bid in. Put the higher bid in so that you get signed up for this. It's going to be really a fun thing to get in one of those gondolas and just be out on the, what is it? What did you go? What is that in Long Beach? Do we go on the bay there, or yeah? It's going to be amazing. Oh, the canals, right. It's going to be on the canals. See, I'm still learning about the area here. Drumming Circle will be this Sunday at 12:30 across from the teen room. So join in that and get your groove on with drumming. Labyrinth Walk will be 2 weeks from today, October 1st, or is that 1 week from today? What's today? Today's the 24th. That's 1 week from today, yes. Next Wednesday, after the service, will be the Labyrinth Walk. Sound Bath is happening on October 4th, 10 a.m. with Sarah Kuavila, who is in our choir, and she is a master with those sound bowls. So the last one was fabulous, and if you have never experienced her, come join, or even if you have, then you know you're coming back. Come join us this Saturday, or not this Saturday, Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. No yoga at the center next Tuesday. So if you're one of the yogis or yoginis, don't come next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday we'll get started back up again. Another divine dining for those that want a date night dinner and concert. Host Danny and Julia Blake are providing a $100 Visa card and 2 concert tickets. The opening bid is $100 because you know you're already getting a $100 Visa card right up front. Bidding closes on October 5th. Ecstatic Dance will happen again in 2 weeks, October 8th, Wednesday, October 8th. So you're getting more opportunities to dance. Men's group will be on Monday, October 6th, 7 p.m. Vegan Potluck is coming up October 15th, 6 p.m. Be there or be square. It's going to be fun. We have good food, and we really have a good time just fellowshipping and talking with one another, sharing about what's going on in the greater community. Remembrance Day, that first Sunday in November, we remember those who have passed, and you have an opportunity to submit a photo to us that will be included in the Remembrance Day. And this year we're including the name of the person and what their relationship is to each of us so that it becomes really meaningful for all of us to watch that video. You can update your contact information with us, and we'll send you a birthday card on your birthday if we have your birthday. How about that? I'll even sign it for you with some nice words. I try to personalize them, like say some beautiful things because I love celebrating people's birthdays. I really do. Flyers for all of our events can be found outside in the lobby. You can also see our weekly e-newsletter and Spirit Speaks magazine to keep up to date on all the good things happening. Big thank you to all our wonderful volunteers. We appreciate you so much. Let's give a hand to all of our wonderful volunteers. And finally, I want to just say that our wonderful speaker today is Reverend Mary Morgan. And before we bring her up, we will have a song from our beautiful lead musician, Elise Carver.
Good morning, everyone. This song is called Morning Prayer, I Will Surrender by Karen Drucker, David Roth, and Faith Rivera. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My heart is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, there may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day.
Very good. Thank you. That was beautiful. I'm going to come over here and get a little. Oh. This is my workout for the day. 22, 23. Yeah, there you go. Work those biceps. Good morning, everyone. I should say good morning. Oh, hi. Good morning, my beloved Redondo Beach. So today my talk topic is expect the best. Did you wake up this morning and say, I expect the best? No. Well, I bet. Well, guess what? Some of us don't, right? Some of us go, oh, we get into our meditation. I love it. Ruth Wagner, our lovey Ruth Wagner, used to say, oh, I've known my good, and I declare this and I declare that, and then I get out of bed. And then you go into your life and go, oh, my goodness. Well, you know how on your phone you do MapQuest? And MapQuest, you punch it in our Waze, and it gives us the best way to get somewhere and avoid all the obstacles and all that kind of stuff. This teaching reminds us that the formula of this teaching is like the MapQuest. It's like getting up and figuring out the best way to not only avoid the obstacles, but to create the most ideal space to go in. The other day, I was meeting some friends of mine in Huntington Beach, and I live in Glendale, and so the trek is 57 miles. But just like when I come here and I drive on the sanctuary known as the 110 freeway, I just have to keep blessing it. And let me tell you what, I made it in an hour and 10 minutes this morning, and sometimes it's over 2 hours, so you never know. So it's the same with my friends, and I was kind of dreading it. It was my birthday that day, and I'm like, oh, I got to drive 57. I thought, okay, I'm gonna program myself. I plan to call this person, that person, that person while I was on the call. I was on the drive. And sure enough, because I was dreading it, it took over 2 hours to get down there, and it took over 2 hours to get home. And I said, okay, wait a second. Are you practicing what you preach here? Are you kind of applying this thinking? Because this teaching reminds us that there is a code to living. Just like there's a code to using electricity, and you can use electricity to toast your toast, or you can use your electricity to blow up your house, right? It's a matter of there are particular laws of how to use it. And sometimes we forget, and it's so elementary. I always say, if I were as smart as all the books that I keep reading and quoting and tapes I'm listening to and everything, it's like jeepers. But it's a matter of applying it, what it is we learn, not just paying it lip service and thinking about it. Now, I know this is a little bit of a segue, but I was laughing. We were laughing in the announcements about the divine dining for the gondola. I will tell you that one year, Dr. Moira had this lovely idea of taking the ministers on a gondola ride in the Naples canals, and we're like, which all she told us was, dress warm. Well, our lovely Reverend Martha, who always dressed in St. John knits and high heels, showed up in St. John knits and high heels, and we were going on a boat ride in the night, in the winter, in the Naples Canal. So I said, oh, don't worry, Martha, I've got an extra coat in my car. I'll give you my coat. So we go, and we're all snugged in our little boat, and Martha and I were in the front, and they had a real lantern with a real fire in the front, and they had these things, I called them buffalo robes, that you would pull over yourself and keep warm. And it was a chilly night. It was chilly, and we had a new gondola driver, lovely kid, but he was new. He had never done this. So we're like, okay. So I'm all of a sudden, we had our little snacks, and we had our little hot toddy things or whatever we were doing. The picture of us is like, we're all like happy. Well, that was the picture before everything happened. So I wish we had taken a picture of what we look like afterwards. So we're in the thingy, and all of a sudden I'm in the front of the boat, and I'm going, there are white caps coming towards us. Those are kind of big waves. And so I said, does everybody know how to swim? And like 2 of us did. I'm like, oh. So I look at the kid, I go, do you have life jackets? And he goes, no, we don't have life jackets. I go, oh, now the waves are getting bigger, and this is God's truth. The wave comes over the front, knocks the light out, and lands on Martha and I. So this buffalo robe now weighs about 50 pounds, and I'm like, Martha, take the thing off. Don't keep it on you. She's like, we're wet. What are we going to do? We're wet. I'm like, Martha, do you know how to swim? She goes, I do not. I go, okay, I do. I know how to swim. I go, can you dog paddle? She didn't know what a dog paddle was. It's like, oh my God. Okay, so there we are. We're in the boat. And we're drifting, and now as we're coming down, and there's the lovely homes, and they're having Christmas parties. And we're help! We're yelling help, and they're like, hi! They don't know what we're saying, right? So then some guy with an electric motor, people come by, and they go, can you help us? And he's trying to pull the boat, and he's like, I'm going to sink myself. I got to let you go. So all of a sudden, we're talking to this kid going, just get us to the shore. Get us to the shore. And he's like, okay. So we get to the shore, sort of, and you jump out of the boat and you're into water up to here and it's freezing. And so Martha, the thrill of Martha, the trip for Martha was the kid carried her out of the boat. She's like, woo, that's the best excitement I've had all day. And I'm like, oh, so she puts him on the shore. Now we're all on the shore. We're all soaking wet. We're out of this boat, and this poor kid, he's like beside himself. The boat is there. And now we're walking on the sand. And I tell you, people pay big money for this. It's like epidermabrasion. The sand is blowing in our faces so hard, and it's sticking to us. So now we look like sand people, okay? We're walking, we're wet, it's cold. It was crazy. The first thing we did was find a place that was going to serve tea. And so we looked at Dr. Moyer and said, was the lesson to teach us about walking on water? Is that what was going on here? What was happening? But we had a ball. We did have a ball after. We laughed and laughed and laughed. It was very much fun, but we expected the best. I thought about that, and I thought, you know what? It didn't matter what happened. We all were okay, thank goodness. It could have gone south. It really could have. But we were all okay, but we expected the best. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when we go out into situations like meeting your friends for lunch, it's just a matter of setting the compass to say, okay, this is what I'm declaring. This is what I'm declaring. Practice it sometime. I did it this morning and said, okay, I'm going to see in my mind's eye, I'm getting there at 10:07. I got here at 10:04. And I thought, well, hot dog, this stuff works. I've been practicing this for like 40 years, and I thought, I'm still going, gosh, it works. It surprises me sometimes. I said, stop being surprised. Of course it works, because there is a code to this teaching. And it's a code that says, you know what? What we practice every day, what we think about expands. And it's not just our thoughts that create, right? I know thoughts are things and thoughts create our things, but it's not just our thoughts that create. It's the way we feel about something. Because we can say all the affirmations in the world, but if they're not connecting with our heart, then they won't make sense. So it'll sound good, and then we'll go, why isn't anything working? Ruth Wagner was a great one that said when you would look at, she would get inspiration from outside things like billboards or license plates. So today, I'm at the stoplight on Sepulveda, and I look over, and it said, what's huge, always on, and it's always demanding your attention. Well, the answer for that was the billboard, but I thought, oh, it's our consciousness. Of course it is. Our consciousness is what's always saying, what are you thinking about? If we don't like what's showing up, what are we thinking about? Because the teaching reminds us that what we're doing is we're retraining our consciousness. We're retraining ourselves to think into the experience that we want rather than about the conditions that we're facing. Now, you may say to me, oh, you know what, though? I want to create all this good stuff, but there's a lot, I'm so invested in my misery. And you may say, no, I'm not invested in my misery. Oh, yeah, really? And you go, you know what? I'm going to let go of everything. I'm going to think my good. But let me tell you this one more story. You won't believe how this guy was to me. Let me tell you about this. And then we get all into it, and we're all physically engaged, and we're emotionally engaged, and we're all dialed into it. And I'm like, if we take that same enthusiasm about what it is we want to create. So it's a lot of times we're just responding to everything that's going on out there. How about spending some time thinking about what is it that I want to create? And give yourselves the juiciest picture that you can possibly imagine. Just really get into it and really know and come from the place of the end result rather than, okay, I got to go through all this in order to get here. No, already be there and go backwards. We've learned it backwards. We want to go into what's the end goal here? What is it that I want to feel? It's like if you want to feel a perfect relationship, you don't say, oh, I'm meeting my divine mate and I'm gonna meet him on whatever those apps are online and all that stuff. That's gonna no. Picture your life with the divine mate. Absolutely, you're both in love and it's wonderful and you each cherish each other. Already picture it happening. So it's not like I'm going to have this, because going to always puts it out there and it's always away from us. This is completely not what I wrote about in my notes, but there you go. This teaching reminds us again that there's laws in the universe. Remember, when we do prayer treatment, it's not only called affirmative prayer. What we're doing is we're reconditioning our mind. We are reconditioning to say, I started to go south. A great teacher that I love to read, his name is Dr. Kennedy Schultz. He's no longer on this earth plane, but he was a minister in Georgia. And he said, so many of us live these wonderfully good lives, but they're boring as heck to us, right? That we've listened to so many people that tell us, oh, you should do this and you should do that. And we've done all the right things, but life kind of feels empty, or we don't know what we want to be when we grow up. Anybody ever feel like that? Even at this age, like, what do I want to be when I... Well, guess why we don't know? Because we've listened to so many outside things that we've never tapped into. What does my heart tell me? What does my heart tell me what I want to do? And I'll bet everybody in this room has followed their instinct when they wanted to do something and followed through on it, even though people said, oh, I don't know if I'd be doing that if I were you. It doesn't matter. You just kind of kept on your own way, and it was so much more rewarding. But what happens is when we listen to all those outside sources, rather than dialing into what our heart says, guess what? It depresses our consciousness to where we've created this confusion. But remember, you created the confusion, and you can uncreate it. You can sit there and go right back into, all right, where is it I want to go? Because think about it. It's God and I. It's not God over here and me over there. It's God and I co-creating. Is there anything bigger than God? God created everything. So when you've got God on your side, what are you worried about? But sometimes we forget to initiate it. We've got to give the instruction to that power, right? Because that power says, oh, you see yourself as depressed and not knowing what you want to be when you grow up and not having this and not having that. Okay, I love there. Oops, I kind of went out for a second. All right, we're back on again. And it's like it says, I love and support you, and that's what it'll feed. But what we want to do is give God the juiciest picture of our life that we can possibly think about. And it says, wow, this is cool. Let's make this happen. And it always does. It's always God in action. It's always God in action. We state what we choose, not what our conditions are. Right? It's such a difference from the old way that I was taught, divine supplementation of, oh, please, God, I'll bargain with you and I'll do this if you bring me that. This is another segue, but the other day on Facebook, on a Facebook reel, sometimes I open those in the morning and man, you could spend hours watching those things, but there was a little girl that was making her first communion. Anybody make their first communion ever? And how you go through you go through this teaching. Well, the parents, you can hear them. They've got the video going on their phone. And the parents are videoing the little girl, and she goes up to the priest, and he says, the body of Christ, and hands her the host, and she eats the host, and he goes, and the blood of Christ, and he hands her this big chalice, and she takes it, and she's guzzling it, and the priest is like, and you can hear the parents laughing. They're like, oh my God. And he's like, what? And he's going like this, and she's just like, glick, 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 and she drinks the whole giant thing. And then she's walking away like this, she's walking. I just thought it was the funniest thing, and I thought we follow the leaders sometimes. We follow what people tell us to do. Nobody told her, don't drink the whole cup. They just said, you drink from the cup. So she drank from the cup. Right? We do that. We laugh about that little girl, but we've probably done the same thing. Like, oh, well, you told me to do this. I've read about doctors that said, oh, my mom always wanted a doctor in the family. I went and became a doctor. And then they go, I don't want to be a doctor. Here I am a doctor. I'm not happy doing it, or whatever it is you've invested in. You kind of go, wait, I didn't check into what I wanted to do. I kind of did what others wanted me to do. But expecting the best means knowing your heart. And how do you know your heart? By meditating, by affirming, by coming to centers like this, by lifting your consciousness and staying in that spot of saying, I know that I am divinely guided and I am open and receptive to wonderful things. I love this saying, you have to free ourselves from any belief that your good is dependent on creating or destroying any condition. What? My good is not dependent on creating or destroying any condition I'm faced with? Wait a second, don't I have to rid myself of this? No. You take your mind off that, you put your mind on God. You take your mind off that, you put your mind on what is my heart's desire? Where am I going? What is the message that I'm feeding to my consciousness? And again, come from the end. It sounds so elementary to go, oh, I just sit and imagine. No, you're not just daydreaming. You are engaging all of your senses and all of your thought to say, where is it that I'm creating? The pure thing, the pure objective that we want to do is to create a healing consciousness. And that means healing medical, physical, spiritual, mental, jobs, relationships, creativity, whatever it is. We want to create and maintain a healing consciousness that is not something that's subject to everything that's out there. It's subject to here. It's subject to the inside. Because when we trust that map quest inside of us, it will lead us to the right things. It will show us the billboard that's there. It will have us I was talking to Reverend Catherine before the before the event, and she was saying, oh, she's going to connect me with some person that might help me out with the center at La Crescenta. And I said, wow, you know what? Just by simple contact. By simple thinking. We don't pray to get more, we pray to know better. Let that sink in. We don't pray to know more, we pray to know better. And what does that mean? It means, okay, up until now, I've had these thoughts, and I don't have to live with those thoughts. I don't have to live with the limitations that I've accepted in my own experience. Even though that outside picture is showing me something, guess what? I created that outside picture. And if I created it, I can create a new one. But what that outside picture tells me is, think again. Just think again. Just focus your thought on something different and appreciate what that showed you. Like, oh, that was my wake-up call to pay attention to something that's going on that's a little bit skewed about not accepting my divine self. So all it is a reminder that, you know what, I'm a little off kilter. I may be a little negative about this, or I may be worried about that. Or maybe there's some deep-seated emotion I need to get clear about, and I don't need to hang on to that illness anymore, or whatever it is I have, or that lousy relationship, or that icky job, or whatever it is. I don't need to hang on to it anymore. It just reminds me, you know what? Rethink this. Think about what it is that you do want. And when we do come from expecting the best, it absolutely shifts into everything begins to support you accepting the best and creating the best in your experience, because that's what would happen. We have to be aware at a heart level, knowing that the good that we desire is already set into motion by our clear and positive thought. So it's not just daydreaming and imagining. It's imagining with a purpose and knowing I'm setting this new tone to create this new experience. And we got to stick with it, don't we? It's like anything. We've got to stick with it and stay consistent. You know, a lot of times they'll say you got to practice this for 21 days or you practice this for 30 days. Just practice it. Just do it every day. Do something that's leading and coming from your divine outcome that you want, not the thing that's holding you back. Oh, let me see here. Oh, yes. I have these little highlighted things, and then I do all these crazy things. So the universe doesn't bring me what I say, it brings me what I am. And so you get to ask yourself, what am I amming? What am I amming? Where's my am? Where's my I am? Is it coming from this lifted consciousness of knowing I can create whatever experience that I want? Now, it doesn't mean we can walk on water in the Naples canals right away, but guess what? Maybe. Misery was never reduced by constantly speaking of it. Did you ever notice that? And what does that do? It fires you up. Just fires you up. There's so many crazy things going on in the news today, and everybody's blabbity-blabbing about it, and everybody gets themselves all worked up into this frenzy, right? So it's like, not a word of truth in that, not a word of truth in that. I'm like, oh, that's right, I can turn the TV off, can't I? I don't have to sit here and declare not a word of truth. I don't have to listen to it. And remember that the universe, right, if misery is the same way, when we're always talking about misery and its building, it's going to be the same about goodness. When I sit there and absolutely focus in on my goodness and speak about it and saturate myself with it and keep myself in that mindset, guess what? It happens. And then you do walk on water. You walk on spiritual water. And that's what it's about. We need to break free from our beliefs that are sabotaging our success. Wow. Now you may go, oh, Reverend Mary, I'm not sabotaging my success. My boss is. He is the biggest jerk, I can't even tell you. Well, who created that boss? Who created that boss? Who created whatever experience you're in? Even if it's, the other day, I was leaving here a couple weeks ago, and I stopped and got gas, and I just got this kind of weird thing to go, you ought to check your tires. I'm like, check my tires? And I'm like, all right, I'll check my tires. I walk around, I go, oh my gosh, there was a huge bolt in my tire. And I'm telling you, the thing was, and when I went to the tire place eventually, he goes, oh, I can probably pull it out and fill the tire. He goes, that's like a huge bolt. I go, I know, I tried to tell you that. So it was very interesting. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? Well, I drove home. I thought, well, you know what? It was a Sunday. It was before Labor Day, the day before Labor Day. I thought most of the places were already closed. It was like 6 o'clock. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to trust that I get home. And I looked down at the tire, and the name of the tire was called Assurance. I thought, wow, God, you have the best sense of humor. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So I said, with assurance, I kept affirming, with assurance, I'm driving home. Even though there's a bolt in my car, I go, wait, don't even talk about the bolt. I'm driving with assurance. And so that's what I kept changing it to. And I made it home, and I made it to the tire place, and everything was great. We get what we want by becoming it. That's all. So when we expect the best, what happens? It happens because we're expecting it. We know that it's coming. We know that it's happening. So please affirm with me. I am a divine idea in the mind of God. The mind of God is my mind. I use my God power every day. Oh, could we try that one again? I use my God power every day. Feel the difference there? It's like, I expect the best. I know it. I feel it. I am absolutely sure of it. It is here now. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. My mentor here, Dr. Moira. We'll now have our offertory, and I invite the ushers, they're going to come around, and let's take our gift in the palm of our hand, and let's affirm together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. All right, thank you. And we give thanks for, thank you so much for sharing your talent, your time, and your treasure with this beautiful center that helps build our consciousness and is this wonderful place to share our ideas and this great life principle of living. I'm going to do like a little guided meditation, and so I know oh, yeah. Oh, yes, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
No
Pardon me.
worries at all.
Excuse me. Our fabulous Elise, who is like, what a blessing she is. What a blessing. Truly. Let's hear a beautiful song from Elise.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you. This song is called If I Were Brave by Janice Stanfield and Jimmy Scott. What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you do if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are the miracles in you and me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave?
Beautiful. Very beautiful. I'm going to do a little short guided meditation. Are you up for that? Okay. We'll go into our expect the best mode. Okay. So as we sit here and breathe in, just allow that chair to support you and know that you're just going to go on a little trip. I always like to go into the forest, so I'm going to take us there again. And as you breathe in your mind's eye, look down at your feet in your mind. And just picture your feet now walking through this beautiful meadow. And the grass is about knee high. And there's just this wonderful, gentle breeze blowing. You can see the grass undulating and moving back and forth. And there's little birdies there, and there's flowers in this meadow, like wild flowers, just growing free. There's this beautiful scent in the air. There's a butterfly over there, and just this wonderful blue sky. Bright, bright day with beautiful clouds. It's just this divine place. And you look up ahead and there's a stream on your right. You're going to cross that little stream. It's very beautiful, picturesque. There's 6 little stones over the brook, and you're going to walk on each stone, and you can feel the spray of the water on your feet. It's so wonderful. And you cross to the other side, and it's just this most amazing, peaceful place. You have not a care in the world. And you look up over, and you're seeing a little forest on the right side of you, and you walk towards it. And the ground is soft and perfect. And as you're walking, you feel this wonderful breeze, and you step into this forest with these beautiful trees, and it's like you transitioned from the meadow right into this beautiful grove of trees. And they're pines, and you can smell the pine, and you can hear the pine branches blowing in the wind. You look up, and there's a little owl on the branch. And there's all sorts of little forest animals right there. They're welcoming you into this beautiful forest, and you feel so akin to them. There's a little deer with its little baby. Oh, look, there's a little skunk. There's some raccoons, some little squirrels, and there's a ladybug on a leaf. And it's this beautiful, wonderful trail that you're walking on. And you feel as though you're going somewhere. You're going to follow this trail, and it leads to this wonderful opening. And it's as though the trees are completely surrounding this opening, and there's this beautiful carved out log. It's like the stump of a tree. It's perfect for you to sit on. And you sit down and you look up, and there's blue sky above you, and then the trees surrounding you. It's this wonderful gift of nature that you're sitting in. And you breathe in, and the air is so refreshing and pure. And it's almost like it just energizes you. And you're just sitting in this moment and contemplating just life, just contemplating the beauty of life. And you get this sense that there's someone present with you. And when you look down, you realize there's this beautiful angelic being right there. And you invite this angelic being to sit down. And you feel so comfortable and comforted by this being. And without any words spoken, you communicate with this angel being. And this angel being just says, you are so loved. You are so magnificent. You are so special. And just sit in that feeling for a moment of being cherished by this being. And as you're sitting there, this angel asks you, is there something you'd like to create in your experience? What is something you would like to know? Is it perfect health? Is it a perfect sense of security? Is it financial wellness? Is it your divine partner? Is it an understanding? Whatever it is, think about this and share it mentally with this angel being. And they remind you, really think about it. What would your life feel like right now if you had this desire? This desired thing that you want. Perfect health, perfect relationship, perfect finances, perfect whatever. What would it feel like? And the angel reminds you, feel that feeling. Come from the place of knowing that you already have it. Just experience that for a moment. And the angel reminds you, you can truly have whatever it is you desire. But it's not just remaining in the desire state. It has to shift into the knowing state, to know that it's there right now. And with that, you feel a lightness in your heart. With that true understanding that there's nothing you need to do. There's only something you need to know. And that's knowing that the power of spirit, which is your power, wants only your best and highest good. Wants only this divine, perfect expression of life as you. And with that understanding, you have a new feeling, a new certainty of the power of your thought, of your feeling, of creating with God. And so know that all of a sudden these experiences that you've had that might have appeared as a challenge were really just reminders to get back on track. That's all. This angel is looking at you now with the most loving gaze, with the most absolute, beautiful affirmation that you are loved. You are God personified. You are the power of God a divine idea in the mind of God. And with God, all things are possible. And with that, you just breathe it in. Allow it to sink in. And the both of you stand, and you can bow or do whatever with your angel and know that this being of higher consciousness is always available to you whenever you need. You give thanks and bid farewell, and slowly you walk back into the forest on this beautiful trail with these soft pine needles. There are all the little forest critters. There's a beautiful deer. These little raccoons scurrying about and the squirrels moving in the trees. There's a hoot owl hooting. There are birdies dashing in and out of the branches as though they're following along with you. It's almost like they're saying, "We love you, we love you, we love you." And all of a sudden you just feel this lightness of being. And it's as though you've left whatever felt heavy and things to do. You've left that behind, and here you are, coming from this new place of being, of knowing. And slowly you've made your way out of the forest, and here you are at the brook, and you walk over the 6 stones into the meadow. Smell that beautiful sense of lily of the valley. You can feel the freshness in the air. Slowly but slowly, you make your way back into the room. And in your mind's eye, you're looking down at your feet. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. Welcome back. Did you have a good trip?
And this, my dears, is our great friend right there.
Well, thank you. And this, my dears, is my great mentor and teacher, Dr. Moira Fox. So there you go. All right. Okay, so did you have fun with that? You can do that anytime. I forget to do it every time, but we can do it anytime. Okay, so this is the time for prayer treatments or questions or whatever. If anybody has a prayer treatment or something going on in their mind they want to get rid of and deal with. Yes, Kenneth.
Thank you, Reverend Mary.
You're welcome.
Fantastic message. Thank you.
I didn't hear you.
Excellent message.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. I didn't hear you.
I have a family back in North Carolina, 3 children. Father, he's in ICU. If you could pray for them.
Sure. What's his name?
His name is Carlos.
Carlos. Okay.
Yes, he's had a pretty tough go. They are adopted kids, 7 kids from another family. A good friend of mine, they adopted them all, and I've known them as they grew up, from babes. So him and his family could use a prayer.
Great. Okay. All righty. And this will also be for anybody that's facing a health challenge. How about that? Okay. So this is what we're going to know. So as I speak this prayer treatment, it is in the first person, the I am, because there is only one mind, and it's the mind of God. And I'm addressing this prayer for Carlos and all of those that are experiencing any health challenges right now. And knowing that divine power that I call God, that creative intelligence, knows all, sees all, is all. The omnipotence of God is here, always. And I am one with it, because I am created of it. And I am knowing right in this moment, the perfect health of God is mine. I know that my body is God's body. And God's body knows exactly what to do and how to do it and how to heal. And in truth, there is no healing that needs to happen. There is only a revealing of the wholeness of God and Spirit right in this body now. And so anything, any condition, any outward appearance, any challenge physically, mentally, spiritually that has been showing up in the experience is relinquished now. I erase and I replace it with the divine thought of God. Because I am a point of light in the mind of God, just like each and every person and thing is. And so I know this truth. I know my well-being is being revealed right now. I am open and receptive to my good, to my health, to my complete understanding, to my complete ability to release anything that might have encouraged me to play small or to accept limitations, and I let it go. And in its stead, I know the truth as God knows the truth of me. My wholeness is now. My wholeness is now. And my holiness is now. I accept this in my consciousness, in my body, in my thoughts, in my actions. I accept it as my truth. Again, there is nothing I need to do other than know these truths. And so with a grateful heart, I accept into my experience my perfect health, my perfect knowing. And I know that it is the truth, and I know that as I state this, it is God in action, already making clear my way before me, knowing that the doctor's hands, the doctors, the hospitals, the medicines, everything are all God in action, bringing to me and rising up my perfect health now. I give thanks for this understanding. I give thanks for this knowing. And I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is. Okay.
And that is our wonderful
I tell you, I didn't pay her to do this, honest to God. Thank you. All right, is there anything else going on? Any questions? No questions. God, we're walking out healed and cured and happy and expecting the best, right? All right, go out and expect the best and have a lovely day. Thank you it's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Okay, thank you.